This is Louise for MMA Crazy, and we're here with Michael Bisping. Michael, you're back in the UK. I think It's been, what, 5 years since you were fighting here?
5 long years since I fought here, and yeah, finally I'm back, and it feels good, you know. I fought all over the world and I enjoy doing that, but 5 years is far too long. The UK is where I forged my career. I've been very fortunate to have a lot of support from the UK fans over the years, and I'm forever grateful for that. So yeah, very excited to be back here. First event in Scotland, so this is huge, and just want to perform for everybody and give them a great fight.
So how was this opportunity presented to you? Obviously, like you said, it's the first time that UFC have come to Glasgow.
Yeah, after my last fight against CB Dollaway, I said I wanted to fight again. I heard there was a Scotland event. I asked Dana White. Monday, that was on the Saturday. On the Monday, Dana called me. He gave me a couple of options, and the Scotland card was the one that I picked for sure. You know, as I said, there's never been an event here. It's been 5 years. I did a signing here at Glasgow at a game store in 2008, and the turnout was fantastic, you know, so I know there's a lot of support here, and yeah, it's just great to be back.
So what kind of reaction have you had from the fans?
Oh, it's been very positive, of course, you know. I mean, what can I say? I've fought for a long time. I never take it for granted, the support that I get. I'm an average guy from a small town in the middle of nowhere, you know, but I'm very active on social media, so I knew I was going to get a warm welcome. Of course, you know, there's a couple of guys out there that might boo a little bit, you know, but of course everybody's entitled to their opinion. But Saturday night, I'm going to give everybody what they've paid for, what they want to see, and that's a great main event. I always deliver. I always try and bring action, and I will do that Saturday night.
So we've got Irish fighters, we've got Scottish fighters. There's a lot of talk about the Scottish fans rivaling the Irish. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you know, I mean, of course we haven't had an event in Scotland yet. That's going to change Saturday. I'm sure these guys are going to blow the roof off the Hydro. Listen, the Scottish fighters on, I'm sure they're going to go crazy for them. But when I deliver what I'm going to deliver on Saturday night, they're gonna go crazy. Believe you me. And listen, we're a rowdy bunch, us Northerners, you know. So you know, I'm a Northerner. They're more North than I am. So if they're anything like me, then it's going to be one hell of a night.
And obviously, you're fighting Thales Leites. So what did you think of him as an opponent for you when it was put forward?
You know, Thales is you know, just another name, another guy on the list that I need to beat. He's a tough guy. They're all tough guys, you know. He's a big guy. He's very good at jiu-jitsu. He can punch a little bit, you know. But it's a fight. Obviously, I think I'm better. I think I'm going to win. You know, I think I'm too fast for him. I'm too good on the feet, and I can stop his takedowns. If I can stop his takedowns, his jiu-jitsu, it might as well be non-existent because he can't use it. But he obviously feels different. So we'll see what happens on Saturday night.
So how have you been preparing for that? Have you been drilling, you know, certain things?
I've been doing everything. Yeah, everything that needs to be done. I'm just focusing on getting my skill set better, getting in the best shape I can, and making sure I do the business.
So how do you think it's going to unfold on Saturday between you two?
How do I think it's going to unfold? He's going to come out, you know, he's going to try and take me down. He's going to be unsuccessful. He's going to get repeatedly punched and kicked in the face, and eventually he's going to fall down, and the crowd are going to go wild. There you go.
So you don't feel any pressure going into that with his win streak? I don't think he's been beaten since 2010.
No, not at all. I fought the best guys in the world. You know, he might not have been beaten since 2010, but he was flying around the world, beating up part-time fighters that are maybe fucking milkmen at the weekend or something. I've been fighting the best in the world consistently for the last 10 years. So the fact that he's beating some subpar fighters doesn't fill me with fear. It excites me because I get to end his win streak, make a mockery of him in front of the Scottish fans, and send him home packing a loser.
So in terms of your progression throughout through the division, how important is this win? And then obviously when you do win on Saturday, or if...
there is no if.
When? Where do you think that puts you in the division?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I always want to fight for the title, and every fight is important. You're only as good as your last performance. You know, one win sets you back. Sorry, one loss really sets you back. So, you know, I beat Thales. Luke Rockhold's fighting Wyman for the belt at the end of the year. I'll fight someone else, and when I beat them, then I'll fight for the title. You know, but I've got to beat Thales Leites on Saturday night. It's as simple as that.
Who do you think is going to win against Weidman and Rockhold?
I think Rockhold takes it, to be honest. I'm a big fan of Weidman, but I think I've got a feeling that as much as it pains me to say it because Rockhold's a bit of a tool, I think Rockhold does it.
Okay. And then obviously, if you do then get to fight Rockhold again, what not in terms of like mistakes that you've made, but how would that fight go?
No. Well, he wouldn't be allowed to headbutt me illegally in the first round and split open a massive gash in my eye that needed about 10 stitches, you know. So as long as that doesn't happen and we can fight fairly and I'm not covered in blood and can't see, then it'll be fine. First round was very, very close. Second round, by then my eyes were filled with blood and I couldn't see. And if you watch the fight, I'm wiping blood out of my eye because every time I blinked, it was just a red smear. And it sounds like an excuse, but that's what happened. And as I was doing that, I got caught with a head kick. It was a great kick, but I couldn't see, you know. We'll do it again and it will be different.
And I saw something, I think with the Telegraph, that you said about him getting randomly drug tested. I think you said some things about his camp in terms of maybe steroids, PED.
No, nothing. No, not to my knowledge.
No, with what's his name? Gareth.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
No,
I swear to God, yeah.
Gonna straight up deny.
No, I'm not denying anything, you know, but I don't have any rumours of Rockhold or his camp.
Oh no, not Rockhold. Sorry, Thales Leites.
Oh no, I never said that. No, what I said was that his coach said said in an interview that if people can't take steroids and they're going to be tested, then people's performances are going to go downhill. That's what his coach said. So that to me sounds a little dodgy.
Yeah.
Why would he be such an advocate for people taking steroids and he coaches this guy? You know what I mean? So I don't know. You put it together. You devise what you will out of that. For me, that sounds a little alarming. I'm not saying that all his camp takes steroids, but it certainly fucking sounds like it.
And what do you think? And what do you think of obviously the ban? How long do you think is
life?
Okay.
There's no place for you know. This is it's martial arts. It's a fight, you know, and it's, you know, it's disgusting if people are doing that. They don't deserve to be in this sport, and if they're given the opportunity and they're caught taking steroids, it should be right. You're done. You're out. Simple as that, and that'll send the message. You know, with the abuse that's going on with people taking steroids, you know, what if somebody died? What if somebody died because somebody was injecting themselves with ridiculous amount of testosterone and could deliver a blow so hard because they're taking testosterone or whatever, and a guy died, you know? It'd be bad for the sport, but the poor guy that died, and it's just terrible. If you're doing that, you should be out of the sport.
And what do you think of the ban on IVs coming in October as well?
You know, if what they're saying is that in the IVs can be used to mask performance-enhancing drugs. Now, I don't know the details of this, but if that's the case, and I'm sure they're basing that on fact. You know, the World Anti-Doping Association don't speculate. You know, if using an IV can mask people taking steroids, then I'm all for the ban of IVs. I myself use an IV. I wasn't aware that could take place. So if that's what they're saying and they're correct, then I'm all for it.